everybody. It's Jill, Fiber Floozie Crafts, and you are back with me in the she shed, sitting in my little chair. I am working on the subscriber blanket today. So I thought that I would talk to you guys just for a little bit because I know it's been a few days since I got my surprise. And I wanted to come back and tell y'all how it went and just check in. So this is going to be a short episode. This is not going to be a regular episode of Floozie in the She Shed. It's going to be a short episode, but I do want to come on and just kind of check in with y'all. How are you guys doing? What are y'all working on? I have put together, oh, Serbs is on the bone. I put together, I think, 2 of the rows already for the blanket, and then I put borders on 3 more of the rows, and then now I'm putting 3 of these, the 3 that I put the borders on, the white border, I'm putting those together. And then I have this other stack, and this is the last 3 rows. So it's 9 rows by 7 across, so a 9 by 7. And this last little batch, not all of them, everything has been washed and blocked, but not all of them have borders. Some of them do, because I had done them previously, and then I had to rearrange the colors. So not all of these are going to need borders, which is nice. I'll get through them a lot quicker. I'm using Craft Smart. This is the Michaels brand before they rebranded to their Soft Classic by Loops and Threads. It was Craft Smart. So I bought this, got to thinking, y'all, it was 2 years ago. I bought all of this white. I bought a bunch of the Lion brand in a navy. It was the Pound of Love in a navy, because we were doing the Duty Ron blankets. Somebody reminded me about that the other day. And I got to thinking, you know what? It was right about this time, because I was trying to get those blankets done and get them off to him and Ed Wallace, who is his partner on his channel. And I was trying to get them to them by 4th of July, because they're red, white, and blue. And if you don't know what I mean, this is what I call my subscriber blanket now, because my subscribers sent me squares, and I made a blanket for Ed and a blanket for Duty Ron, and both of them were the same size. They were 7 by 9. And then I sent squares to Warm Up America, because they have people that they call joiners, and the joiners put together everything, and then that goes to the veterans. Anything that's like red, white, and blue usually goes to the veterans. So here is this one, the red. Mr. Fiber had a question for me. Okay, so there's this one, which is the red. So every other one is a red. So that's put together. That's the red one. And then this is the white one. I love this little heart. If I got it on the right, oh, no, it's not the right way. It's this way. And then this one is the blue. Oop. And I'm putting the blue one together now. So I have this one will go on, and then this one will go on the end, and then the next three will be done, and I can move on to the other one. And I really want to try to get this done by 4th of July so that I can show it to you guys then. So be watching, because if I can get it done, which I'm really pushing to get it done, if I can, then I'll show it to y'all for the 4th. That'll be good. And then I did work on some other things, but I just wanted to check in with y'all. So I'm not going to do the full episode today. I'm very sorry about that, but that's just not going to happen this week. I went and got my nails done. I got the red sparkle. Those turned out pretty. It took 2.5 hours to get the nails done. When I get there, she's the only one in town. There are, I want to say there's just the one hairdresser and the one nail tech in Knox City. And then one town over, there are 2 or 3 people over there, and then where in the town where Mr. Fiber works, there's several people who do hair over there. But here in town, there's just the one nail tech. Now, you know, hairdressers, they move around. I was kind of unusual with my shop because I didn't move around like those people, other people. I did early on in my career, but when I moved here and I got my own shop, I didn't move around. I still had my shop. I moved the shop from downtown to another place to where my dad is. I moved the shop, but I didn't move me. Anyway, so she is pretty busy, which means she's got one person with their nails, you know, in the solution soaking. She's got one in the pedicure chair that she's working on, and then I came in and I went over and it's the day that I go get my nails done is the me day, right? So I go over, and now we have a little well, I threw the cup away, but we have a coffee shop now, which is nice. It's they call it 1983 coffee. And I asked him, I said, oh, is that when we graduated? Because they kind of look, he's like, no, that's the year we met, he and his wife. And they have food in there. They do a limited amount of meals. Like today they had chicken fried steak, potatoes, little red potatoes with squash and onions, and then green beans, a piece of bread, and a little container of cantaloupe. And it was delicious. But they only have a limited amount of them. They fix a few and have them ready to go, but when they're gone, they're gone. They start serving at like 11:30, and it's their takeouts. You don't eat there, you take out. And then they have like muffins and cinnamon rolls and cookies. Today they had cake pops. Just little odds and ends. And I still got some in my cup. this is, I brought home what was left in my cup that I got there, and it is caramel macchiato. It's so good. They serve all kinds of coffee drinks. They have tea, they have chai. He said chai is their most popular tea. And they do everything hot and cold. So if you wanted to get a iced latte or an iced mocha. The other day I had a white chocolate iced mocha, and it was, oh, it was so good. And so I got a coffee, and then I went over there and I got my nails soaked, and yeah, it was nice. And my nail tech and I, we were kind of going back and forth on ideas. She had ideas. She was like, well, have you tried putting your things, talking about my crochet and knitting and stuff, you know? And she's talking about, well, have you got stuff made up, so like you have stuff to sell? And I said, well, I have a few things, but you know, you guys know that around Christmas time, I sent a whole bunch of stuff to Warm Up America, because it was stuff that I had not sold, and it was stuff that I knew that they could use, and I sent it off. And most of my stuff has wound up going to charity, but I have a few things. And she said, well, if you put them in a boutique, and we just did some, and I really appreciate that, because she's younger, and to get input from somebody is nice. And she is just trying to help. She said she would share me out, which was nice of her. So that was nice. And that's all I've done today. Now, Chelsea and the boys went home yesterday, and they got home late evening, like 8 o'clock, something like that. She drove all day. If you guys don't know, if you missed it, you have to go back and watch. But Friday night during my live, my daughter Chelsea and my 2 grandsons, Oliver and Solomon, surprised me. Now y'all, what you don't know is that Mr. Fiber knew about this for 2 months. He has not said anything to me for 2 months. He said it was so hard. He said you were making your appointments and you were doing all this stuff, and he was thinking, I don't know. Oh, we had such a good visit, and we did not go shopping and doing all that stuff or nothing. We really didn't do nothing. We visited. We played with those boys. We played games one night. We had a blast doing that. Oh my gosh, they were so funny. We did towering blocks, and just, but the boys, they played outside. They just had so much fun, because you know, we have all the kittens on the front porch, so they played with the kittens, they played with the dogs, they ran around. They had a couple of balls to kick around in the yard. Mr. Fiber went out there, and he mowed on Saturday morning. So they got here Friday night, and we just visited, and then they were really tired. So they didn't last very long staying up, the boys or Chelsea. And then Saturday morning I called my dad and said, hey, do you want to go to breakfast in the morning? He said, yeah, but he didn't know they were here. So we met him down at the restaurant, and we had breakfast, and he was so surprised. I said, yeah, I only had to wait overnight. I said, Mr. Fiber over here, he had to wait 2 months to tell me what was going on. And then after we had breakfast, we went to Walmart and got some groceries, because I didn't know they were coming. And Mr. Fiber said, you know, I thought about it, but he said, if I had said, why don't you get this or why don't you get that, it would have given the whole thing away. So we all went over and did that, and he mowed so that the boys would have a place to play out in the yard. And then they came back and they played and they played. Boy, they played and outside. They absolutely love it. And they'll be back next month. We had already planned for them to be here without Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad will get a break and we will have them. So that'll be fun too. And then the rest of the time we just visited. We went over to Dad's and we went through some of the stuff that we had put into storage, because when we sold Mom and Dad's house, when he sold the house, there was a bunch of things that I had asked, you know, what my girls might want. And so we brought a whole bunch of stuff back in the U-Haul truck for my girls and for me too. You've already seen some of it, like that bunny cabinet and other stuff that I got. And then we went and we looked at all of that, and they ran around, and that's the thing. They don't really get to do a lot of that. They get to run around at school or at daycare, and then at their house they have the backyard, so they get to go outside and run around. But everything's got fences. Out here it's just wide open, and they just love it. They wanted to go for walks, but then it rained. It rained all day on Monday, and then it started raining again Tuesday morning when she was leaving and packing and everything up, and it was raining. And they were thankful for the rain, and she didn't say a word. She's like, I know y'all need the rain, but kind of a pain in the butt. And then getting in and out of our road. So, but we just had the best time. She's working on a log blanket, one of the log cabin blankets, and she worked on that. And let me put you down just a little bit. There we go. So she worked on her log cabin blanket. I worked a little bit on something, you know, that, I don't know if it's called the Suzette stitch or what it's called, but I worked on that blanket. I did not really get to work on very much until yesterday, because yesterday after they left, I worked a little bit on my blanket, and then I started to get tired, and I lasted till almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and I went and laid down, and I didn't get up till 2 o'clock. So I slept. And then I stayed up until she got home, till they got home. That's when I went. And about an hour or so later, then I went back to bed. I was tired. But it was fun. We were gonna have margaritas and we would do stuff, but we just didn't really have time. We just mainly just visited. Played with those boys and visited. And that is A-okay with me. And they had a blast. Watched TV. We came out here, I think it was Sunday night, we came out here, and I had given Oliver some little kits, little small kits that I had bought at Joann's, and they were little diamond painting kits. And because Chelsea likes cactuses and I like roses, so I bought 2 of the cactus kits and 2 of the rose kits, and I thought both boys, but it turns out that Solomon was really not quite old enough to do it. So Oliver did, and Solomon helped me with mine. I got my sunflower diamond painting out, and he sat with me, and I just would point to the where it goes, and he'd put the little drill on there, and then he'd put it right where I pointed. He was tickled to death to get to do it. And we just watched their cartoons or their movies or whatever, and oh my gosh. And then after they laid down, after they settled down for the night, we sat at the table, just me and Chelsea and Mr. Fiber, and we just laughed. Y'all, I peed my pants a couple times. We had the best visit. So it was good. It was all really, really good. The best birthday ever. Okay, that's another strip done. Now tomorrow, Dad has is getting to see a new doctor. The doctor that he met and had one visit with, I'll move you again. He had one visit. Oh, you're crooked. Straighten up. And that doctor moved out east, on the East Coast, east. I was like, okay. So now they gave him another doctor. So we will go see that doctor, and this time it will be after having done some tests and blood work and started new medicines and did all kinds of other things. So he'll have a lot to talk about for his visit. And I'm getting to meet my new doctor, and so I will have a lot to talk about on my first visit. I'm gonna put the border on these, start the border on these ones that don't have them. So yeah, that is tomorrow. And then Friday, I'm hoping we can do the Stitch and Crime, and we can talk about the stuff we were going to talk about last Friday. And then after that, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do after that. But I am sure I may come back and do another live on Sunday. I do a Floozie in the do a Sunday in the she shed and show you those things that I've been working on. If not, then I'll wind up doing that next week. So we shall see. But that gets you caught up. I am now the big 6-0. I feel old because when I go to the new doctor tomorrow, I have to put all my medicines in a bag and bring. I like putting all my medicines in the bag going, oh my gosh, I feel old. But anyway, I hope to have some good discussion about what's going on and maybe get a new perspective on some things and see how that goes. I got my new, like I told y'all before, I got my new lenses and I can see so much better. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. I'm so glad I had them when the boys came. When Chelsea and the boys came. I'm really glad I had the new glasses, the new lenses. So I think I'm gonna have to get some new sunglasses too, because I had a couple of headaches, and I think it was because I wasn't able to wear my sunglasses. Okay, you guys, I am going to carry on doing this, and maybe when I come back, maybe I'll have it done. We'll see. All right, y'all, have fun today. I love y'all, and I will see you Friday night. Okay? Y'all take care.